Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jessica Smith, and on this channel I love to show you how to simplify home education to work wonders in your home. And so let me tell you a story about how I first started out homeschooling. Now, I was homeschooled growing up, so I had an idea what homeschool is like and what a day should look like, but it's different when you are the teacher. So when I started out homeschooling my kindergartner, I did all the research on all the different methods and philosophies. I looked into all the different curriculum that went along with those philosophies, and I planned out one lesson per day, every day for the rest of the school year. I had it all in a Google sheet and I was ready to homeschool. Well, after about a week, I realized that there is illness, there are accidents, there are many different things that happen in real life that is going to make it hard to do the one lesson a day in every subject every day. So after a while, I just got so burnt out changing my spreadsheet every time we didn't do a lesson because I had to move all the lessons forward. And I was stressed because I felt like, oh no, we need to finish this lesson. But if my son's attention was just gone, he was gone. He wasn't learning anymore, but I wanted to push because I needed to finish this lesson for the day so I didn't have to rearrange my Excel spreadsheet. And then when we did do school every day, my son was exhausted. I was exhausted. I didn't feel like we had really accomplished anything because we were just burnt out. So halfway through this kindergarten year, I said, I'm done. Just go play. We'll read books aloud and you play. And it was actually a wonderful kindergarten year. He already knew how to read. He was reading books with me and he was playing. We were doing natural math. It was perfect. But I really wanted to actually do something more structured in his first grade year. So I tried a different approach and that worked a little better. Then I tried another approach his second grade year, and I just kind of pulled these puzzle pieces together, tried something out, threw away what didn't work, kept what did work, until I have the method that I have today, which is structured, but a lot of flexibility within that broad structure. It allows me to plan out my year, but not too detailed. And it allows me to have some structure in our days, but enough freedom that we can work around illness or accidents or all of the little things that happen when you're living with a family of 6 people. So I'm going to share just the overview of what this method looks like, but I have a treat for you. I have created a 3-part mini course via email that will go over each of these different steps for a year, week, and day, along with planning sheets to help you get started with your homeschool. I am so excited to share this with you. It's been a labor of love, and I feel like it will really get you off on the right foot when you start homeschooling. So let's get started. I'm going to just share the overview of what my method looks like. So I sit down at the beginning of the year and I look at the general topics that we'll be studying. And then for things like history, you can break that down into terms. So the first term, we're going to study the Lewis and Clark expedition. Second term, we're going to study Civil War. Third term, we're going to study the Wild West. So you want to break those down, but that's really all you want to do for your year planning. Get a broad idea of what you're going to study. You can either make your own curriculum or you can get a curriculum. There's so many good ones out there that you can use. You just want to have an idea of what you're going to study. And then each term, before each term, I get the books out that we're going to study, or you can look at the curriculum you're going to do, the lessons that are involved, and get some books to supplement that. And then you want to make a weekly schedule. So once you've got your year in terms planned out and the topics, you want to do your weekly schedule. You don't have to do every subject every day. this is something that is going to burn you out quick. So you want to have kind of a rotation or a variety of subjects during the week, but not one every day. For example, we study history 3 times a week. We do artist study 1 time a week, but we do scripture study every day. So you want to create your weekly schedule and then how long you're going to study each one of those. And then I make a weekly schedule based on that. And then with our day, we figure out our daily schedule. Instead of planning out each lesson every day in advance, even a week in advance is going to make it hard. I just do it the night before. I look at the math lesson my son did today or that day. Let's say he did lesson 29. Like, okay, work on lesson 30 tomorrow for 20 minutes. And he just does math until the timer goes off. And so he may get in 2 lessons, he may get in half a lesson, but he's only working for a certain amount of time. So I put a checklist in my son's notebook. And if you're interested in what that looks like, I have a whole video on the notebooks that I use. And it shows this process a little bit and what their notebooks look like. And instead of, again, writing down what we need to get done during the day before the day is even started, I write down what we did. So in my weekly planner or logbook, I write down what we did during family gather. I can even write down what my boys did, but for the most part, that is in their individual notebooks. In the weekly log, I write down what we did as a family. What's amazing is when you're writing down what you've done, you never feel inadequate. You never feel like you didn't get enough done or that you didn't finish. You can say, I did something. So that, in a nutshell, is how I plan for our year, our weeks, and our days. If you are interested in hearing in more detail and seeing exactly how this process looks, the link will be in the description below for my free mini course. And as always, if you like this video, the best thing you can do to support me is to like it and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell.